today it's February 27th, 6 weeks and 2 days out from the Texas Shredder. I checked my body fat today and I'm at 11.8% at 120.6 pounds. And that's actually improvement. I'm leaner, but my weight is staying the same, which is okay. That's not really frustrating at all for me as long as I'm seeing progress with leaning out. And I'm actually kind of excited about it and prefer that my weight stay somewhat the same or as heavy as it can be because I want to maintain my muscle mass. So that is the plan. But I do plan on losing weight. I'm not going to freak out about losing weight. I'm supposed to be, I guess. Because I'm reducing my caloric intake, specifically my grams of carbohydrates. I've been doing it very gradually, so I'm hoping that that is aiding in the process of losing fat and not muscle. And I'm also keeping up my volume in the gym as well as the weights, if not lifting heavier. But the thing with if it fits your macros and having sweets on a regular basis or having little treats like that, for me is that I start to crave them more and I go a little crazy craving and I just want to binge on a bunch of, I don't know, cheesecake and cookies and brownies and whatever else, you name it. I love ice cream. And so I try not to eat a lot of sweets. Also, some things that help cravings for me are, for one, peanut butter. So I'm eating peanut butter and putting that into my oatmeal, and also cheese is really filling because of the fat content. Anything with fat is going to be a little bit more filling, and that's been really helping me out. I am going to lay off the cheese as I get closer, but not right now. And I don't know, I really need to get my fat in, so I'm probably going to keep the peanut butter. And what else? I'll probably just add almonds in place of the cheese and hopefully I'll get some fat there. If not, I'm also going to add fish later, so I'll probably pan fry my fish and include like the olive oil or whatever in with that. Oh, so my macro breakdown. I started out at like 254 grams of carbs, went down to 200 pretty easy, and then I switched to 180, and for the last week or so I've been, well, probably just last few days, I've been at 160. So I'm just going to continue with the 160 for at least a couple more weeks. Protein has been the same from the get-go, 180 grams. And if I go down to like 170, 175, I don't sweat it, you know. I can fluctuate 5 grams below or over, and it's whatever. And then my fat has been it's been 54 grams this whole time. So just kind of reducing my carbs, and I think some people increase their fat, but I'm not. So I'm just going to leave it where it's at. I have a hard enough time trying to reach 54 with my healthy foods. And that's my progress report as of now, 6 weeks and 2 days out. Getting close. Really excited. Till next time. Okay, first I just want to go over the basic process of prejudging. You're going to walk out alone, strike your first pose for about 3 seconds, then you're going to turn to the side, pivot to the back, strike your back pose, hold for about 3 seconds, and then you're going to turn to the front, strike another pose again, which I'm not going to be doing this pose, I don't like it, and then you'll greet the judges, walk over to the side, and then strike another pose facing your head judge, and then wait for all the other girls to do their thing. Okay, for the comparison round, from what I've gathered and what little experience I have, you're called out by number, and there'll be a line of you, maybe 5 or more or less, and you'll just strike your front pose. When they ask you to turn and face the back, then you do that, and you stay there until they ask you to turn and face forward. Or another thing they might ask you to do once you're facing back is to walk to the back line, which you'll see me do shortly. And then once you're all the way back there, you'll strike your back pose and stay there until they ask for you to move, which will be to face forward. So there I am facing forward. You strike a pose until they ask you to come to the front line. So then you walk to the front line, you'll strike your front pose, and either they'll thank you and have you walk off stage, or they'll ask you to turn to the back again. In this case, I'm turning to the back again. And that's about it. You just have to really know your number, first of all. They might even ask you to switch around, switch numbers with somebody. So this is good to practice. There's lots of things you can get tripped up on. Okay, so real quick critique. I like this pose. I just need a hand on a hip and I'll be good. This pose feels awkward and looks awkward to me, but I was told that I should do it, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that one. This is just a side transition. I like it, but there's definitely some tweaking. I'm working on my back pose where I want my shoulders and arms and legs and all of that. So still working on that. Probably won't do this pose even though I like it most of the time. And this is just some last minute footage I'll add in here that I think I liked this footage the best. Had a little bit of personality involved in it. Kept everything pretty tall and tight for the most part. I don't like that pose. There's reasons why, but I just feel like it'll make the video too long. Okay, so real quick tip on walking back. You want to kind of stick out your butt when you walk back, otherwise you kind of lose mass. And you really just have to look in the mirror and tweak your body as best you can. Figure out what angles work best for you. Keep in mind that the judges are going to be looking up at you and they're going to be right in front of you. You need to look at them, pay attention to them, smile, stay tall, stay tight, and just find those poses that work best for your body. For instance, my legs look so weird here. Need to figure this out. I am keeping a lot of my pivots and everything. Oh, the other thing to keep in mind is what type of flooring they have. Like, this hardwood is really easy to twist and turn on, but if it has any grip on it or if I'm on the carpet, I really have to like step and move. So it's good to practice on carpet too and see how differently you'll be moving so you don't trip. You don't want to do that on stage, not even a little bit, and it's really easy to do that. So I'll be walking in my heels a lot more as it gets closer, and I'll be practicing a lot more just so it becomes you know, second nature or whatever, and I won't have to be so worried about that, because once the nerves set in, everything starts to change. So it's best just to keep on practicing. So good luck, guys. Definitely recommend taking a class with somebody that knows what they're talking about. And that's it for today.